Video. In this one, we're going to show you some tips and tricks for the new survival Fortnite mode. So this game mode was recently added to the game and is quite a fun one. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. It's nice to play, it's relaxing, and if you know what you're doing, you can actually beat it quite easily. But there are some tips and tricks that you might want to know about this game mode so that you can win it more often. Just so you guys know, I am doing a live commentary, so I'm talking while I'm playing the game. So anything that happens in the game is my live reaction, so I don't know what's going to happen. So obviously, the first thing you want to do when you spawn in is get some weapons, so that you can protect yourself, because if you're playing PvE, you're gonna have to mostly fight against enemies, but if you're playing PvP, not only are you gonna have to worry about enemies, but you also have to worry about other players as well. So you really need to be careful of your surroundings at all times. You want to carry more mechanical weapons like assault rifles or mechanical bows. Speaking of, bows are going to be your favorite weapons in this mode, because they are really good at this. If you can get yourself a mechanical bow, you should be pretty much set for long-ranged attacks. But that is, of course, if you can actually aim. If you can't aim very good, then probably an assault rifle would be a good bet for you. Now, once you've looted up, you might want to go to one of these binoculars, because these can reveal a location. So we're going to go to Misty, and we're going to get this one. And what this will do is this will allow us to see nearby areas. Also, max material gain has been nerfed in this mode, so you don't get as many materials, and you can only hold up to 100. Some things still give good mats though, like that fountain I just broke. It gave me like 20 brick, and this right here can give you quite a lot. You can only hold up to 100 of each material, so you can only build about 30 times at maximum. If you have max materials, you can only build about 30 times. Now, one thing you obviously want to keep in factor is the squads, because you can join a squad or you can leave a squad. These emotes. Now, you don't need to own them to use them. It will be given them to you while you're using the LTM, so you'll only be able to use them in the LTM. But other than that, teaming is pretty simple to understand. You can join a squad. There can only be up to 4 players in one squad, and yeah, your goal is to escape together. But you can't leave a squad member behind. You have to win with the entire squad in the chopper. So obviously there's a problem there if one of your players is AFK. And I have just discovered the first part of the chopper. So I'm going to kill these guys. These are Rust Lords, they're guards. These guys guard the helicopter parts. Now, since I've found a helicopter part, it'll be best thing to tell you some things about them. So they take up 3 inventory slots which, you look, that's a lot. It takes up half of my inventory just for one slot. Also, killing these guys are helpful because you can get mech parts, you can get peppers, which are good for mobility. And you can just get simply good loot. I think you can also get some heals. Some different types of ammunition that you can use. So other players right away won't be able to see that I know where the rotor cap is. I am the only one who can actually see the rotor cap on the map. So I'm going to keep that in mind, because I'm the only one who knows that this cap is here. So we're going to remember that. So we need to be wary at all times, because obviously players can come from anywhere, and obviously NPCs still exist. You can still talk to them, you can still battle them, you can still fight them. But they're less common, and that seems to be another helicopter part right there. So I found another helicopter part. I'm going to go near it so I can discover it, and then I'm going to get away so the NPCs don't shoot at me. And then we're going to get some fish. Also, a lot of fish have been involved for this game mode, ignore the lag. Oops, that was... I thought that was a hop flocker. That was a hop flopper, I thought that was. Oh, that's okay. Seems a player has been here just now. Makeshift bow is a good bet. We're gonna go craft this into a mechanical bow. Sorry, I got startled. I thought he was gonna fight me. Sorry, buddy. So now we have discovered more parts. So we have a Taskmaster NPC over here that we're gonna go towards. And here's a player over here. Now they used an item called the Locator Flare, and what that does is it reveals your location to everybody on the map, and it can be useful or unuseful depending on how you use it. Like if you're in PvP, it could be unuseful because it could mark players to your location and they could come to kill you. Or if you're in PvP, it can be super useful because players can come and ally with you. Also, one thing you need to note is that there are always going to be guards around the helicopters and around the helicopter parts. And there will also be guards near the gas stations as well. And the reason for this is because cars don't spawn very well. You also want to do this quest, because now I have that marked, so I can just do that. But now I have this, so let's go get this. We'll loot up a bit. I think they might have made it so that the guards don't always spawn, but they do spawn sometimes. Also gonna grab some more peppers. Peppers seem to be your best bet for mobility right now. Obviously cars are still a good resource to carry, so keep that. Also, the tire spawns, you don't get tires from breaking the natural spawning tires in this mode, so you need to be careful. Also, they have brought back a few enemies for this game mode. They brought back the Fortnitemares shadows. If you remember those from Season 4. Those guys were annoying, weren't they? Alright, we'll kill him. We've already got our item that we're looking for. So let's just go pick that up. Alright, we have the item now. Oh yeah, these guys do a lot of damage, by the way. So you're gonna need to be wary of that. Also, harvesting these slurp barrels is a good idea, because there's no shield potions in this, so the only way you can actually get shields is from naturally spawning things like forged items, or you can get them from the slurpy swamp shields, or you could just find a slurp truck and just destroy it. But either way, finding shields in this game mode is pretty scarce. And it is now nighttime. When it becomes nighttime, wolf spawns increase like crazy. And if it's the second night, there will be Fortnitemares shadows. But for the first night, Fortnitemares shadows do not spawn, so you get a while of time where you just need a car and you should be safe. So we're going to go over to here, and we're going to talk to the NPC. And we got our thing, so she has marked some parts now. So now we have a lot of parts marked, so we know where we need to get parts. So it looks like somebody's delivering the parts. When somebody picks up the parts, you'll be able to see them, I think. So yeah, so right now, the only thing that I need to do is just get some loot and get like some viable weapons that I can use to help me. Also, you might want to carry a lot of animal bones on you, because in this game mode you can craft arrows with animal bones, and if you combine that with the mechanical bow, it can be really useful. So mechanical bows are definitely one of the best weapons you want to use. Also, you can check on the sidebar if players have teamed up. Looks like there is around at least one duo in this game, so gotta be careful of that. Everybody else seems to be solo though, so we should be fine. Also, nighttime is like the time that you don't really want to be on your own. You want to be more like with your squad if you have one at night time. But if you know what you're doing, like me, you can pretty much handle it. Anyway, let's mark this. So it's marked a car and a treasure chest. So that would be nice. So we got all the parts over here. So all the parts are at the bottom part of the map. But somebody has already obtained the rotor cap, so we don't need that. Also, the music can get kind of freaky sometimes, which is why you might want to try and play with the radio on when you're driving so that you don't get scared, but obviously that's only if you get scared by the noises. And I just realised that that's the car part, and yeah, they're going to shoot at me now. All NPCs carry attack SMG, and they have really good aim. Like, I mean really good. They will literally chase you all across the map for kill you. So yeah, hiding with NPCs is a good bet. Also, you can craft yourself some shockwave bows, but if you look at this does 85. Actually no, this one's stronger. So we're gonna go craft a shockwave bow, because not only does that help us because it does more damage, but it also means we can use it for mobility in case we don't have any. So it's a good thing. Also, this fog only appears at night time. Sometimes it causes your game to lag, but I'm not really finding a problem with it. Obviously, people might have problems depending on how good their internet connection is, or however. You can see the NPCs gone dancing. And by the way, you can still like talk to NPCs, you can challenge them. I could hire a gut bomb if I wanted. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna hire him because I'm good. I'm actually gonna drop the harpoon because there's not really a reason to carry. I'm gonna go upstairs and look for loot. Also, speaking of loot, chests have a 1 in 100 spawn rate, so 1% chance that a chest will spawn in this game mode. Which, if you think of the 50% that it normally is in, that's a huge decrease. Because it went from 1 in 2 chests, 1 in 2% chance, so basically, every 2 games you'll at least find at least 1 chest, unless you were like super lucky and it unlocked like 10 games. But basically, it is a lot more common to find chests. So the nighttime seems to go away at around the 18-minute mark. The night lasts for a while though. So you always want to be prepared. Alright, it's also way easier to see in the daytime, so that's another downside. It is getting daytime though, you can tell because the fog is going away and it's becoming easier to see, so it's turning daytime now, so we should be good. And daytime is probably the time where you want to loot up the most, because obviously, yeah, and it's dawn now, so we should be safe. Because obviously at nighttime it's going to be more harder. But around the second night, you need to seriously start thinking about those parts, and also your loot pool. So I'm gonna go drop my pump. Actually, I don't know what to drop, because like it depends. I got a good weapon here, but this is also a good. Alright, let's ignore that. I also got a good weapon here. I'm gonna drop the pump, the AR, sorry, in exchange for the pump, and we're gonna go for one of these parts of the chopper, but we obviously want to be careful in case we spot somebody. I dropped. Alright, that's one reason why you might want to drop your AR. So I'm gonna go back and pick up my AR instead of my shotgun. So yeah, you need to seriously think about like your loadout. and everything, because it can really make a difference to how you play the game. Like, for example, let's say I dropped the shockwave bow. I could have taken a lot of damage from that fight. But at the daytime, wolves still spawn, but they just spawn at like normal levels. Also, you can see the storm if you're like around the edge you're around the like near edges of the islands, but other than that, it'll be fine. I'm gonna go drive the car into here, so I got a good escape plan. Now, what I seem to know is that people like to team up with you, and then they immediately like get out the squad and they just start shooting at you. So you obviously, betrayal is an option. Betrayal, you can betray people. So be careful of who you're teaming up with. So right here, he's dead. He's dead. And you're dead. Okay. Alright, let's drop this for that. And we got ourselves a chopper part. Now, if you switch to it, it will make you pause still. You don't have to be holding the thruster or the part, but the description for all of the parts will just bring to the chopper, so don't worry about descriptions. Now, what you should be wary of is the car, like your mobility. So, want to be very careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the gas station over here, and we're going to go fuel up. And then once we fuel up, we can go back to our mission. And also around the 10-minute mark is when the second night comes in, so yeah, see the NPC spawned in this gas station. They have the same health as the other NPCs. Well, actually, let's abandon our car because we got a Lamborghini right here. So obviously, loadout is key. Make sure that you are using your loadout to its full potential. Alright, so the car is loud though, so also my controller keeps drifting. I don't know why. It's annoying. But we can go a lot, we can go fast with this, so we should be able to get to the colossal crops in no time. Wait, okay, so it turns out somebody already has gotten that part. So we don't need it. Okay, so let's unlock it. And then let's see what parts we do. So we need the rotor, and we need the back rotor and the engine, so looks like somebody just died, so let's go and try to get the back rotor. And if we see somebody, we'll think about whether we should team with them. We also found another raptor pack, so we don't need to eliminate them because we already have gotten a raptor claw. So, and it seems that everybody else has died to at least some sort of computer. So let's go over to here. Alright. Oh, so the AR is good if you can't aim, like me. So if you can't aim like me, you just use the AR. And it seems that every other player in this lobby has died, so I am the last player standing. Which means that the only obstacle I have are the AI and the night and the dark time. So we're gonna go pick up this part, and then we're gonna go bring it to the chopper. And then once we've done that, we'll go to retail, we'll get the last part, we'll get back, and then we'll escape. But if you can plan like I can, you can get to some situations like this where you're the last player standing, and you can't really lose unless you die to an AI. So let's go bring this part to the chopper, and let's mark it on the map so that we don't forget. And let's go. It seems that night is coming upon us, so we need to go quick. Because those Fort Nightmares shadows, they're really annoying because they can phase, they can slice at you. They do create a shockwave effect when you kill them, which can be both annoying and good. Because if you can fight them and you can aim, you can actually use them as like a boost. Like that boost. But if you kill them, then they can separate and it's annoying. But because somebody has already delivered 2 parts over to the helicopter, we shouldn't have any guards over here to fight. But we should have some guards that we'll have to fight when we go for the retail part, so... For right now, it's just a race against the clock. Because we got the parts. And it turns out, no, he did not kill everybody here. It also seems as if everybody... Okay, he can't be hurt. It also seems that everybody here is on low health. Oh! It seems that the parts are already installed, so our helicopter is ready to go. Nice! Now, obviously, your helicopter's only going to spawn with 50 health, so it's probably going to be a good idea if you have a spare, like, squad mate or spare room. You might want to try to fuel it up, but if you're like me and you know what you're doing, you can do it. So our area that we have to go to is at Slurpee, so we need to go over to Slurpee. Now, you can be shot down by a helicopter, but yeah, it's fine. You don't have to worry, because in PvP, if the helicopter gets shot down and destroyed, I'm pretty sure the game mode just ends and everybody loses, because with no escape helicopter, how is anybody supposed to escape? Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If this did help you get the umbrella, it will be a nice help for me. I'd also like if you're subscribed, because we are very close to 100 subscribers and I would very much like to get that. So I'll put a few additional tips here that you might want to save a gas can for the helicopter. These supply drops can give rift to goes, but they're only a last resort. And if you can, try to make like a helicopter part stash if you can't really get them all there in one go. Teamwork is key. Try not to be trailed by your teammates, and I'll see you guys in the next video.